Hello, everyone. You are tuned in to Kathy's Great Big World. I have created a van life show especially for van lifers from a van lifer. It's fun, it's educational, and it's exciting. And it's happening right now. Let's get on with the show. In your headlines tonight, we shine a spotlight on some upcoming van life events that you don't want to miss. They are wild, they are wacky, and they are out of this world. Also in your news tonight, HOWA, Homes on Wheels Alliance, is having a nomad photo contest. The details, how you can enter, those stories, and your weather coming up next. I'm your host, Kathy Cruz. Welcome to Nomad News. Houston, we have a problem. In Rama, New Mexico, October 10th through the 14th, there is a van life event that is out of this world. The Moon Landing 3 to see you dance again. A van life solar eclipse festival. Nomads gather as the dark skies embark. Some have traveled thousands of miles to dance once again. All vehicles, tent campers, and spacecrafts are welcome. Sounds far out. The Adventure Van Expo is going on in Big Bear Lake, California. It's happening October 19th and the 20th. There will be a van build DIY contest that will be judged by van build experts, along with food trucks, live music, and vendor tents where you can purchase accessories. All at Big Bear Lake in the Golden State of California. The final event we cover tonight is the Chasm Fest 24, going on October 25th through the 28th in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Chasm stands for Camping, Health, Art, Sports, and Music. A Halloween experience like no other, filled with activities to nourish your mind, body, and soul. Everyone is welcome, van dwellers and tent campers. Dress up in your most outlandish costumes and have a Halloween weekend that you will never forget. The events I have covered tonight have different ticket pricing and details. Please go to the event's website for more information. Coming up next, we'll see what awesome product made the list this week on Kathy's favorite things. But first, let's take a look at the weather in some of our favorite places. Looking good out there, Taos. Now, for the other top story in your news tonight, HOWA, Homes on Wheels Alliance, is having a nomad photo contest. If you're like me, your phone is filled with photos of your travels and adventures. HOWA is eager to see your best shots. Go to the HOWA website and submit your photos before September 15th, so only a few more days left. The theme for the contest is the Nomad Experience. Good luck, nomads! Let's keep the show rolling. It's time for a blast from the past. In this episode of Blast from the Past, in a rural town in Mississippi, Oprah Gail Winfrey was born to a poor, unwed teenage mother. Her grandma raised her on a farm in Kekuska, Mississippi, and taught her to read at the age of 3. After a turbulent childhood, at age 14, she found her father Vernon in Nashville, Tennessee, and she found home again. At 17, she had an on-air job at a radio station and went on to earn a scholarship at Tennessee State University. In 1984, she moved to Chicago to host a low-rated morning talk show called AM Chicago. She quickly turned that show into a ratings winner, signed a syndication deal, and the Oprah Winfrey Show was broadcast nationally for the first time. No one could have expected the phenomenal success the show would have and that she would change television forever. The Oprah Winfrey Show turned Oprah Winfrey into one of the most powerful and wealthy people in show business and one of the most influential women in America. The Oprah Winfrey Show came into our living rooms on September 8th, 1986, and was on the air for 25 years. Thank you, Oprah. And that's your blast from the past. Popcorn! Yay, popcorn! Popcorn is one of my favorite things. And today, I'm going to show you my favorite store-bought popcorn. And that is Skinny Pop. Skinny Pop has only 3 ingredients, and it is so delicious. So there's sunflower oil, salt, and popcorn. That is it. And it really tastes delicious. It has no GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, tree nut-free, no artificial flavors, just popcorn, salt, and oil. Absolutely delicious. So that's the product that made it to my list this week, Skinny Pop Popcorn. Doesn't that just get you in the mood to play movie trivia? Hello, all you movie fans. Here's the trivia question in this week's episode of Movie Trivia. We go back to 1986, a John Hughes film called Pretty in Pink. What an 80s classic. Molly Ringwald plays Andy, a not-so-popular girl in high school who is usually hanging out with her 2 best friends, Ducky and Iona. Andrew Dice Clay plays a bouncer at the club where Andy hangs out, but he never lets Ducky in. What is the name of the club? A. Cats, B. Spits, or C. Tracks? If you guessed A. Cats, you are right. Tracks was in the movie, but it was the record store where Andy and Iona worked. The movie was named after a song by the Psychedelic Furs, and the soundtrack is considered to be one of the top 25 soundtracks of all time. Didn't you just love when Ducky showed up at the prom for Andy? I'm still watching it after all these years. Well, it's almost time to wrap it up. Stay tuned for Kathy's final thoughts and an inspirational quote that will encourage and move you. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Eleanor Roosevelt. And now for my final thoughts. Going to these van life events can be a lot of fun, but you need to get more information, like any fees, precise location, and supplies that you will be needing. Take, for instance, the Moon Landing 3 event. My research says the entry fee is $200. I would find out more details like, what am I receiving for $200? What is the cause the money is going to? And I would also research the age group attending. You may want to dance all night long, but I can assure you, I do not. Oprah Winfrey. Her story is such an American success story. To be born poor in Mississippi and have all the odds stacked against you. To becoming one of the most wealthy and influential women in America. America, truly the land of opportunity. Well, if you were lucky enough to be a teenager in the 80s, you loved parachute pants, checkerboard vans, and Madonna, and the Brat Pack movies. Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire. These were the movies and soundtracks we loved. The horns of St. Elmo's Fire, the hey, 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 hey of The Breakfast Club, and of course, Isn't She Pretty in Pink by the Psychedelic Furs. Such a great time to be a teenager, and what an iconic time for teenage movies. But I'm not really sure about the fashion. I am getting so much joy from creating this show, but what I did not expect was how much it would be giving back to me. I find myself getting lost in the inspirational quotes. Hours go by as I'm reading them, gazing out my van window at the pale yellow flowers and the reeds blowing in the wind. I feel inspired to live my best life, to have courage in the face of danger, to have calmness in the midst of the storm, and to have wisdom when to rest and be still. Creating this show is like a breath of fresh air, a fun show to watch with a little something for everyone. A show about van life and community, and I hope that you are thoroughly enjoying it. And thanks so much for watching. Well, safe travels, and we'll see you next time in my great big world.